আসসালামু আলাইকুম। ওয়েলকাম টু ও লেভেল স্টাডি সলিউশনস বাংলা। তোমরা যারা নেক্সট অক্টোবর নভেম্বর সেশনের এক্সামের প্রিপারেশন নিচ্ছ তাদের জন্য ডিফারেন্ট সাবজেক্টের চ্যাপ্টার ওয়াইজ পাস্ট পেপারগুলো সলভ করানোর চেষ্টা করব আমরা এখানে উইথ কনসেপ্টস সো দ্যাট তোমাদের কারো যদি কোনো কনফিউশন থাকে ইউ ক্যান গেট দ্য থিংস ভেরি ক্লিয়ার অ্যান্ড ইউ ক্যান প্রিপেয়ার ভেরি ওয়েল ফর দ্য এক্সাম অ্যান্ড ক্যান গেট গুড মার্কস। ওকে, তো আজকে আমাদের স্টার্ট করবো আমরা অ্যাডিশনাল ম্যাথমেটিক্স 4037-এর ফাংশনস চ্যাপ্টারটা দিয়ে। অ্যান্ড আজকে আমরা সলভ করার জন্য আমরা সিলেক্ট করেছি 2024 সেশনের অক্টোবর নভেম্বরের পেপার 1 ভ্যারিয়েন্ট 2। ওকে, সো লেটস স্টার্ট। সো আমরা এখানে দেখতে পাচ্ছি দ্য কোয়েশ্চেন ইজ দ্যাট দ্য ফাংশন এফ ইজ সাচ দ্যাট এফ অফ এক্স ইকুয়ালস টু 4ln 3x minus 2 for x is greater than a. There is a condition they have given, x should be greater than a. That means there is a limitation on the x, so x must be a value that is greater than a. So our first question is how to write down the value of a. Okay, so I'm trying to explain the whole things in an elaborate manner, so it will take time. Okay, I think তোমরা দেখলে it will be very good for you. So the given the function is f of x is equals to 4ln 3x minus 2. So normally আমরা যেটা বলি আমরা we can think f of x as y, so y is equals to 4ln 3x minus 2. So then y over 4 is equals to okay, now what we have to do now? They have said that we have to find the value of x, value of a, where x is greater than a. So to find the value of a, what we have to do? Just look at it. In the ln function, it cannot take negative value. Okay, the ln function cannot take negative or zero value. Okay, so for the function to be valid, the whole thing, the 3x minus 2 thing should be greater than or greater than 0. Okay, it should not be equals to 0 or should not be less than 0. It should be greater than 0 only. So now 3x minus 2 greater than 0. So 3x is greater than 2. So x is greater than 2. 2 on 3. So the value of a is, I can say that, to 2 on 3. So you can write that thing on here. So a is equals to 2 on 3. So write down the range of f. Okay, okay. For the range of f, we have to find the inverse function of the given function. Okay, so our given function is that f of x for ln 3x minus 2, and we know that y is often known as f of x for ln x minus 2. So y on 4 is equals to ln 3x minus 2. So what does it mean by the inverse function? Inverse function means, just look, the original function f of x is given, if we write down y, we can say that y is written in terms of x. Okay, so for the inverse we have to do the opposite thing. For inverse just write down x in terms of y. This is our main thing of finding out the inverse of any function. So now if we take exponential, the ln will be cancel, so 3x minus 2, so 3x is equals to e to the power y over 4 plus 2, so x should be equals to 1 on 3 e to the power of y on 4 plus 2. And another thing is that as we have assumed that y is equals to f of x, we can write that x is equals to f inverse of y. Okay, so here to get the x can be written as f inverse of y is equals to 1 on 3 e to the power of y on 4 plus 2. So we have to find the f inverse of x, not y. We are given that f inverse of y. Okay, here it is f inverse of y. So if I write down f inverse of x, it will be 2 on 3 e to the power of x over 4 plus 2. Okay, so our theme is that the range of the inverse function, the domain of the inverse function should be the range of the original function. The domain so the range of the function. Just look at it. The inverse function is an exponent function, and for the case of exponent, we don't have any restriction on the value of x, value of the inputs. Okay, so it can take any value, any real numbers. So the range of any real value of x is acceptable. So domain of inverse is equal to the range of main function, which is R. Okay, so finally we can write that the range of f is x such that x belongs to R. Okay, so find f inverse of x stating its domain and range. Okay, so we have got the f inverse of x here, and we have to do this whole math in this area. And from our previous working, we can write down f inverse of x is equals to 1 on 3 e to the power of x by 4 plus 2. Okay, so what they have said now, they have said stating its domain and range. Okay, it's an inverse function of the original function. Its domain, we have got it from 2. So the domain and for the range, okay, range of the inverse function is equals to domain of the original function, vice versa, okay. And it was x is greater than 2 on 3. So we can write it proper notation that range of f inverse x is equals to x such that x is greater than 3. So this is the thing you have to write down. So the last part of the math is that on the axis, sketch the graph of y equals to f of x and y equals to f inverse of x, stating the intercepts with the axis. So to do the math, we have to, yes, I'm adding some graph paper so that we can have an idea. This is the x-axis I'm drawing. And this is the y-axis. Okay. Okay, now they have asked us to find the intercepts with the axis, okay. At first we will be doing the thing for the given function f of x. For ln 3x minus 2. So the y-intercept it will be undefined, because if we put down x, so for ln negative 2, which is undefined, that means the graph will never intercept a y, okay. So for the x-intercept we can put down y as 0, so for ln 2 equals to 0, so ln 3x minus 2 equals to 0, 3x minus 2 equals to e to the power of 0, that means 1. So rise x minus 2 equals to 1, rise x equals to 3, so x equals to 1. So the x-intercepting coordinate of x-intercepting point is 1, 0, okay. So here if you'd like to make 5 units 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, so this is the x-intercept. So that means and from the first math we have seen that a should be greater than x should be greater than 2 over 3. 2 over 3 means 0.67. Okay, so we have to draw a line. So this one is x equals to 1 here. The 5 units we assume that is 1. So this is the halfway between 1. Okay, so should be 0.667 here. Put a line so that the value of x doesn't get beyond that line. Okay, now for the inverse function, the function is that y is equals to 1 on 3 e to the power of x on 4 plus 2. For the case y-intercept is y is equals to 1 on 3. We have to put x equals to 0. It equals 0 plus 2. It should be 1 on 3 times 1 plus 2 equals to 1. So if we take 5 units, 1 2 3 4 5 units, so it should be again 1 0 comma 1, and the x-intercepting point to find that we have to put y equals to 0 here. So 0 is equals to 1 on 3 so e to the power x over 4 equals to negative 2. So to vanish the exponent operator, we have to take in the ln function. So x on 4 is equals to ln minus 2, which is not defined. Okay, it's undefined. So the inverse function will not have any x-intercepting value. That means would not intercept the x-axis. Okay, and we have seen that from this one, f inverse of x has a range of 2 on 3, greater than 2 on 3. So the output of the inverse function will never get lower than the 2 on 3. So that means we will have to draw a line. This is 1 2 2.5. Okay, according to scaling, 5 units means 1. So that means 2 on 3 is equals to 0.667. So that means, just look at it. This is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6. So it should be there, 0.667. Okay. put a line here. So that means the value of the output value of the range of the inverse function will not get beyond this line. Okay, now we will try to draw that graph. Okay, normally the ln function moves like this, the third and the first and the fourth quadrant. So if we would like to draw, it will be something like this, and then for the exponent function or the inverse function, it will look like this. Something like this. They will have two intercepting points because this function f of x has output of the real numbers. Okay, there is no restriction on the outputs. And here this inverse function, it has a restriction greater than 2 on 3. And has the output and 2 on 3. So that means at some point they must meet. So we may have 2 points here, those 2 points. So we don't need to designate them, but we have to show them in the exam. So now if we would like to see the actual graph, we can move to Desmos, the graphing calculator. Okay, now I'm writing down y is equals to 4, putting the ln function here, thrice x minus 2, bracket closed, and the inverse function is that y is equals to 1 on 3 times e to the power of x on 4 plus 2. Okay, so here just look at it. We get this is the intercepting points of the graph itself. And okay, so now if I take a screenshot and add it sorry. Okay, so now I'm okay, just look at it. This is the graph that is drawn on some graphing calculator. So you can have a so those points are, this is the x intercepting point, and this is 1, 0, this is 0, 1, and those two are the intercepting points of the graph. Okay, so hopefully you understand the things. So I'll be uploading the PDF of the solution and you can find it there. Okay, thank you for watching the video, and inshallah we will give the solutions of other maths from this function, and we will be doing the same things for other chapters as well. So thank you. Assalamu alaikum.